first topic is number system. In the history of civilization, one of the greatest invention is creation of numbers, which includes zero also. Now, before heading to the chapter or the topic, let us recall the types of numbers which we have. Let us start with natural numbers. The counting numbers starting from 1, 2, 3 are all natural numbers. The numbers which starts from 1 and which are endless are natural numbers. Let us understand this topic with the help of some examples. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. We all know that 1, 2 and 3 all are natural numbers. So when a natural number is added to another natural number, it yields another natural number. Now in the case of multiplication, 1 multiplied by 2 is also 2. Here 1, 2 and 2 all are natural numbers. But in the case of subtraction, if I subtract 1 minus 2, it doesn't yield a natural number. And in the case of division also, when 1 is divided by 2, it also doesn't yield a natural number. So we can say that in addition and multiplication of natural number, we yield a natural number every time. In the case of subtraction and division, this statement is not true. It may yield a natural number or may not. If we subtract 2 minus 1, then it yields 1, which is a natural number. But if we subtract 1 and 2, then it yields minus 1, which is not a natural number. Same in the case of division. Heading on to the next topic, whole numbers. Now natural numbers starts from 1, but whole numbers also includes 0. Numbers starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 are whole numbers. Again, do the operations on whole numbers. Let us understand with the example. If we add two whole numbers, suppose we add 1 and 0, we yield another whole number 1. If we multiply two whole numbers, 1 multiplied by 0, we yield another whole number 0. But in the case of division or subtraction, for example 0 minus 1 doesn't yield a whole number. Minus 1 is not a whole number. In the case of division, 1 divided by 0, which is not defined, is also not a whole number. So the operations that are valid in natural number are similarly valid in whole number. Understand some properties of number 0 here. When it is added to something, it yields the same number. And when 0 is multiplied to something, it yields 0. And anything divided by 0 is not defined. And if 0 divides anything, it is 0. For example, 0 divided by 2 is 0. These are some properties of 0. Heading on to the next topic, integers. Integers includes positive, 0 and negative numbers. It includes minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0 and 1. Now let us do some operations on integers. First operation is of addition. Minus 2 is added to 3. It yields 1, which is also an integer. When minus 2 is multiplied by 3, it again yields an integer which is minus 6. Same in subtraction. Minus 2 minus 3 will yield minus 5, which is also an integer. But in the case of division, it is not true. Minus 2 is divided by 3 yields minus 2 by 3, which is not an integer. When an integer is added, multiplied or subtracted, it will always yield an integer. But in the case of division, it may or may not yield an integer. Now let us understand some important facts. Every natural number is a whole number, but the vice versa is not true, which means 1 is a natural number and it is also a whole number, but 0 is not a natural number, which means every whole number is not a natural number. Similarly, every natural number is an integer, but vice versa is not true. For example, 1 is an integer, but minus 1 is not a natural number. The third statement, every whole number is an integer, but vice versa is not true. For example, 0, 1, minus 2, all are integers, but minus 2 is not a whole number. Now I want to talk more on the operations of integers. First operation, same signs are added and results are of the respective sign, which can be understood by if we add 2 and 3, then the result is 5, positive. Both are positive and the result is also positive. Another example, if we add minus 2 and minus 3, the result will be minus 5 only. Both the numbers that we are adding are negative, so the result will be also negative. Second fact, opposite signs are subtracted and results are of the sign of greater integer, which means if we subtract 2 and 3, here we can see the 2 which is positive is smaller and 3 which is negative is greater, so the result will be negative of 1. The sign will be of the greater integer. Now moving on to the next slide. The topic is rational numbers. Numbers which are in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q cannot be 0 and p and q do not have common factors, which means that p upon q is the form of rational number where p is numerator, q is denominator and q cannot be 0. Let us understand this topic with the help of few examples. Rational numbers are like 2 by 3, 1 by 2, minus 1 comma 5, 0 comma 1. These all are rational numbers. Now let us talk about the operations of rational number. Rational number added to a rational number yield a rational number. Rational number subtracted from a rational number yields again a rational number. Rational number multiplied by rational number gives a rational number. And rational number divided by rational number is also a rational number. Now let us move on to the important facts. Every natural number is a rational number, but vice versa is not true. Let us understand with the help of an example. 1 can be written as 1 by 1, which is in the form of p by q. So it is a rational number. But 1 by 2 is a rational number but not natural. So the statement is true. Second statement, every whole number is a rational number but vice versa is not true. For example, 0 can be written as 0 by 1, which is in the form of p by q. So it is a rational number. And a whole number 2, 1 by 2 is a rational number but not whole number. Similarly, the third statement, every integer is a rational number but vice versa is not true. For example, minus 3 can be written as minus 3 by 1, which is of the form of rational number p by q. So it is a rational number as well as integer, but minus 1 by 3 is not an integer. Equivalent forms of rational numbers. A rational number can be written in equivalent form by multiplying or dividing the numerator and denominator by the same number. For example, if we want to find out the equivalent forms of 2 by 3, here 2 is the numerator and 3 is the denominator. Now to calculate the equivalent forms, I have to multiply both numerator and denominator by the same number. I am multiplying both of them by 2. So 2 twos are and 3 twos are. 2 twos is 4, 3 twos is 6. So 4 by 6 is the equivalent form of 2 by 3. A rational number can have endless equivalent forms. For example, 2 by 3 can be multiplied by 3 also. I can write it as 6 by 9 also. So we can calculate as much as equivalent forms we want by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same number. Moving on to the next slide. Operations on natural number. The first operation that we will talk is addition. Addition of two rational numbers. For example, we want to add 2 by 3 and 1 by 3. We can see that 2 by 3 and 1 by 3 are having common denominator. Both are having denominator as 3. It will be added like 2 plus 1 by 3. We will take the denominator common. 2 plus 1 is 3. So it can be written as 3 by 3, which can be simplified as 3 by 3 can be written as 1. Now, if the case is of the same denominator, we will take the denominator common and add the numerators. But if the denominators are different, for example, I want to add 2 by 3 and 3 by 2. For that, you have to write this form: P by Q plus R by S is equal to PS plus QR upon QS. So I'm adding these numbers in the next slide. 2 by 3 plus 3 by 2. What was our form? Our form was P by Q plus R by S equal to PS plus QR upon QS. So I can write it as 2 multiplied by 2 plus 3 multiplied by 3 upon 3 multiplied by 2. According to our form, multiply the first number's numerator by the second number's denominator and the second number's numerator by the first number denominator, dividing them by the product of the denominators. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, 3 plus 3 is 9, and 3 2 is 6. So 4 plus 9 is 13 by 6. Another example, adding 3 by 5 plus 4 by 3. Using the similar form, we can write it as 3 multiplied by 3 plus 4 multiplied by 5 upon 5 multiplied by 3. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9, 4 5 is 20, 5 into 3 is 15. So our answer is 20 plus 9, 29 by 50. Moving on to the next operation, subtraction of rational numbers includes positive with negative and negative with positive. For example, 2 by 3 minus 3 by 5. So one is a positive rational number, another one is a negative rational number. So it is of the form P by Q minus R by S, which can be written as PS minus QR upon QS. Now solving this, I can write it as 2 multiplied by 5 minus 3 multiplied by 3 upon 3 multiplied by 5. 2 multiplied by 5 is 10 minus 3 multiplied by 3 is 9 upon 3 5 is 15. So our answer is 10 minus 9 1 by 15. Let us take another example, 4 by 3 minus 3 by 2. Again we will solve by the same form, P by Q minus R by S, which is 4 into 2 minus 3 into 3 upon 3 into 2. 4 into 2 is 8 minus 3 into 3 is 9 by 6. 8 minus 9. 9 is greater. So according to the properties of integers, the sign will be negative 1 by 6. Heading on to the next operation, multiplication. Multiplication of rational numbers. First of all, I am talking about the form P by Q multiplied by R by S gives PR by QS. Note one thing, we can reduce the result if the numerator and denominator are having the same factor. Now moving on to the question, our first example, 2 by 3 multiplied by 3 by 5. So in multiplication, we multiply the numerators and denominators separately. 2 multiplied by 3 upon 3 multiplied by 5, which is 6 by 15. Now as I earlier said, that we can reduce the result if both are having common factor. 6 and 15 both are divisible by 3. So I can write it as 2 by 5. I have divided both the numerators and denominators by 3. Another example, minus 2 by 7 multiply by 4 by 3. Now again multiplying the numerator and denominator separately, minus 2 into 4 upon 7 into 3. 2 4 is 8, 7 3 is 21. The sign will come as it is negative. Now moving on to the next operation, division. Division of rational numbers. Again I will be explaining by the form P by Q divided by R by S is equal to P by Q multiplied by S by R, which means in division you will first of all reciprocal the second number and then apply the multiply sign, which is equal to PS by QR. Again, understanding it with the help of an example, 2 by 3 divided by 1 by 2. So I can write it as 2 by 3 multiplied by 2 by 1. As in our form, we have to reciprocal the second term. So it is 2 multiplied by 2 upon 3 multiplied by 1, which results 4 by 3. Another example, minus 3 by 2 divided by 1. Before dividing, we will make this 1 rational. So I can write it as minus 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 1. Now it has become rational. Now I will apply the division operation of rational numbers. I can write it as minus 3 by 2 multiplied by 1 by 1, which is equal to minus 3 upon 2. These are our operations on rational numbers. Now let us compare rational numbers. If we want to compare two rational numbers, then we should follow the given steps. Step number 1 is analyze both the given rational numbers by their denominators. For example, if we have been given two rational numbers like 3 by 7 and 5 by 7, we have to analyze that the denominators of these rational numbers are same or different. If the denominators are same, we will be following the second step. We will compare their numerators for the comparison of rational numbers. Now our rational numbers are 3 by 7 and 5 by 7, both having same denominator. We will be comparing their numerators. As we know, 3 is smaller than 5, so the rational number 3 by 7 will be smaller than 5 by 7, which means if the denominators are same, then we will compare the numerators and the result will be directly affected by the numerators. We will be following the step number 3 if the denominators are not same. First of all, make them same by cross multiplying numerator and denominator of the first rational number with the denominator of second and vice versa. We will understand this concept with the help of an example. 3 by 2 and 4 by 3 are two given rational numbers in which we can analyze that 2 and 3 are different denominators of these rational numbers. First of all, we will make them same. How we will do that? We will multiply the first rational number 3 by 2 by the denominator of second by both numerator and denominator. We multiply both of them by 3. So it will become 3 3s are 9 by 2 3s are 6. Then we will multiply the second rational number by the denominator of first. 4 into 2 upon 3 into 2. So 4 multiplied by 2 is 8 and 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. Now as the denominators are same, we can follow step number 2. We can directly compare their numerators 9 by 6 and 8 by 6. So here 9 is greater than 8. So 9 by 6 will be greater than 8 by 6, which means 3 by 2 is greater than 4 by 3. Let us understand by another example, taking two rational numbers 5 by 8 and 7 by 9. Now again we will be following step number 3. We will make their denominators equal by cross multiplying them. 5 by 8 will be multiplied by 9 by both numerator and denominator. So it will become 5 9s are 45 upon 9 8s are 72, and 7 by 9 will be multiplied by 8, the denominator of first, and it will become 56 by 72. Once these denominators become same, we will follow step number 2 and compare their numerators directly. So 45 is less than 56, which means 45 by 72 is less than 56 by 72, which finalizes that 5 by 8 is smaller than 7 by 9. Now, the decimal representation of rational number. For this process, we will be including long division where we divide numerator by denominator. Let us understand with the help of an example. 7 by 5. This is a rational number. Now we have to represent it in the form of decimal. We will divide it by its denominator. 5 will be written as the divisor, 7 as dividend. Now 5 ones is 5, which leaves a remainder 2. As 2 is less than 5, I will be putting a decimal and 2 will become 20. Now 5 fours is 20. So it is leaving a remainder 0. So it has become in the form of decimal, which is 1.4. So 7 by 5 is equal to 1.4. It is the decimal representation of this rational number. Let us take another example. 9 by 8. Again the same step. The divisor will be the denominator and the numerator will be the dividend. Now dividing 8 ones is 8. It will leave a remainder 1. 1 is less than 8. We will be applying a decimal. It will become 10. Again 1s which is 8. It will leave a remainder 2. Automatically we will apply 0. 8 2s 16. It will leave a remainder 4 and it will become 40 automatically, and we will applying 5. It is our desired answer. As the remainder becomes 0, 9 by 8 can be written as 1.125 as decimal representation. Last example for this topic, 3 by 4. Following the same method, 4 as divisor and 3 as dividend. As we can see that 3 is smaller than 4, I will be applying 0 point in the first step and it will become 30. Now 4 sevens is 28. It will be 20 as point is already mentioned. Now 4 fives is 20. It will leave a remainder 0. Now we will analyze all these three examples carefully, that in all these three examples the division process stops after a finite number of steps. When the remainder becomes 0, the results are in the form of decimal representation. Such decimals which are having finite steps are called terminating decimal. These decimals are terminating decimals which ends in finite steps. We will be comparing one more thing in the next slide. In all the three examples, 7 by 5, 9 by 8 and 3 by 4, we can note that the denominators are the factors of 2 or 5. Note this thing, the denominator are the factor of 2 or 5. So those rational numbers are terminating decimals whose denominators are the factors of 2 or 5. So if we want to check that the given rational number is terminating decimal or not, how I will check it? I will factorize the denominator. For example, I have to check that 9 by 8 is a terminating decimal or not. What is my step? I will factorize the denominator. So I am factorizing 8. 8 can be written as 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, which means that it is the factor of 2. So it is a terminating decimal. If the denominator is having factors of either 2 or 5 or any one of them, then the decimal will be terminating. Let us understand this concept with another example, 3 by 20. Again, to analyze, I will be factorizing the denominator. 20 can be written as 2 into 2 into 5. So the factors are either 2 or 5. So it will be terminating. Let us check by dividing. So I will be dividing this rational number 20 as divisor, 3 as dividend. As 3 is less than 20, I will be applying 0 point. It will become 30. 21 is 20. We will be left with 100 automatically because decimal is already mentioned. 25 is 100. So we can see we got the remainder 0 after some finite steps. So it is a terminating decimal. Let us consider another example. For example, 7 by 3. Here we can see that the denominator is not a factor of 2 and 5. The factors are 3 and 1. It is not a factor of 2 and 5. So what will happen if we do it by long division? Let us see. We will take 3 as divisor, 7 as dividend, 3 2s is 6, 7 minus 6 is 1, 1 is lesser than 3, taking a point, it becomes 0. Now 3 times of 3 is 9, so it will again leave the remainder 1, again it will become 10, 3 3 is 9, it will become again 1. So it is an endless process. It will repeat the remainder 1 1 1 as much as time I will repeat the process. So this type of decimal which takes infinite steps, are not terminating. These decimals are called non-terminating decimals, which doesn't end after infinite steps of division and which are not having 2 or 5 as denominator. Now in the last example, we can say that the remainder is always 1 when we divide, which means the quotient becomes repeated again and again. We are again and again getting 3 as the quotient, which specifies that if we divide 7 by 3, we will be getting 2.33333333. This 3 will be endless. When a particular number is repeating in a non-terminating decimal, that decimal is known as repeating non-terminating decimal. Repeating non-terminating decimal. Because this number 3 is repeating continuously. It will be known as repeating non-terminating decimal. And the number which is repeating can be written as 2.3 bar. Here this bar signifies that it will repeat till infinite. So we can note one thing by this: a rational number is either terminating or repeating non-terminating. There are only two forms of rational number, either terminating decimal or repeating non-terminating decimal. Now we have converted the rational number into decimal. Now we will be doing vice versa. I will be converting decimal expansion into a rational number. Let us explain it through some examples. Example number 1, 0.32. We know that it is a terminating decimal. Now we have to convert it into the form of p by q to make it rational. We can say that we are having two numbers after point 3 and 2. When we will remove this point, it will be written as 32 by 100. We were having two numbers after the decimal, that's why we are having two zeros in the denominator. Now as we know, if we are having any common factor, we can reduce it. I can reduce it by 4. I can write it as 8 by 25. Let us understand by another example. 0.125. It is again a terminating decimal. We have to convert it into the form of p by q. When I will remove this point, I am having 3 digits. So how many zeros I will place? I will place 3 zeros. It will be written as 125 by 1000. 3 zeros as 3 digits after point, after decimal. Now simplifying it by the table of 25, it will be written as 5 by 40. Again simplifying it by the table of 5, it will be written as 1 by 8. Now we have learned how to convert a terminating decimal into rational number. Now I will make you learn how to convert repeating non-terminating into a rational number or in the form of p by q. Suppose an example, we want to convert 0.666 which means this 6 is endless and it is repeating. Now can I write it as 0.6 bar, where bar signifies that this 6 is repeating? Now I have to convert it into a rational number into the form of p by q. So I will be following some steps. Step number 1 is let this number as x. Let x is equal to 0.6 bar. Now after point I am having one digit, so I will be using 10. I will be writing as 10x. 10x will be equal to, if I multiply this by 10, then 16 will come at the left side of the decimal. It will be written as 6.6 bar. Step number 3 is we will subtract both the equations. Second minus first, and it will become 10x minus x. 10 minus 9 is 10 minus 1 is 9. 6.6 bar minus 0.6 bar. So this 6.6 bar and 0.6 bar, here this 0.6 bar will be cancelled out. So 9x will be equal to 6. Here 9 is in multiplication, so it will come in division. X will be become 6 by 9. Now we are having a common factor 3. So we will reduce it by 3 and it will become 2 by 3. Let us understand this with one more example. 0.373737 which means this number 37 is repeating. I can write it as 0.37 bar. Bar will be on the both the numbers because both are repeating. Now what was our first step? Let it be x. X is equal to 0.37 bar. How many numbers after point? 2 numbers. So we will write 100x. We will be using 2 zeros is equal to 37.37 bar. Now our third step, subtracting second equation by first. 100x minus x is equal to 37.37 bar minus 0.37 bar. 100x minus x is 99x is equal to 37 minus 0 is 37. So x is equal to 37 by 99. Now we have to find rational numbers between two rational numbers. For that, our step 1 is we will be analyzing both the rational numbers by their denominator. In step 2, if the denominators are same, then we will start the process directly, and if not same, then we will first make them same
and then start the process. Now let us talk about the process. The process is to multiply the numerator and denominator of the given rational number by a fixed number and then find the rational numbers accordingly. Let us understand with the help of an example. If we want to find out rational number between 2 by 4 and 3 by 4, we have to find out 5 rational numbers. As we can see that the denominators are same. So we can directly start the process. Now we have to multiply by a fixed number. Now I have to calculate 5 rational numbers between these two numbers. So that fixed number will be any number more than 5. I can multiply numerator and denominator by 6, by 7, by 8, by 9, by 10. It's my choice, but it should be more than 5. So I am multiplying it by 6, both the numerators and denominators. 2 by 4 multiplied by 6 yields 12 by 24, and 3 by 4 multiplied by 6 yields 18 by 24. Now I can find the rational numbers easily. Between 12 and 18 I can write 13 by 24, 14 by 24, 15 by 24, 16 by 24, and 17 by 24. It is quite easy to do that. Just multiply the numerator and denominator by a fixed number, a number which is more than the number of rational numbers we have to find. Let us take another example. If the two rational numbers are 3 by 4 and 4 by 3. First of all, we will make the denominators equal. For that, we will be cross multiplying 3 multiplied by 3 upon 4 multiplied by 3, which is 9 by 12, and 4 multiplied by 4 upon 3 multiplied by 4, which is 16 by 12. Now I have to find 5 rational numbers between them. So I can multiply by any number more than 5. So I am multiplying by 10 now. So 9 by 12 multiplying by 10, it becomes 90 by 120, and 16 by 12 multiplied by 10, it becomes 160 by 120. So now I can write any 5 rational numbers between 90 and 160. For example, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. So this is the way how can we find out rational numbers, any number of rational numbers between two given rational numbers. So we are summarizing what we have studied today in this session. Number one, we have studied introduction to natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and operations on these. Number two, introduction to rational numbers and operations. Number three, equivalent forms of rational numbers. Fourth, comparison of rational numbers. Fifth, decimal representation of rational numbers and vice versa. And the last, rational numbers between the two rational numbers. Now I will be giving you some practice problems on the concept that we have learned today. The first question is to express the rational numbers in decimal form. A part is 11th by 80. B is minus 7 by 6. C is minus 17 by 13. And D is 14 by 8. Question number 2. Represent decimal into P by Q. The A part is 2.4, B is 3.24 bar, where bar is on both the numbers, C is 0.47 bar, where bar is only on 7, and D is minus 0.32. Third question, to find rational number between two rational numbers. Where A part is 3 by 4 and 7 by 4, B part is 0.27 and 0.29, C part is minus 4 by 5 and 1 by 3. To solve these practice problems, analyze what you have learned. Thank you very much for the today's session.